So our first look at Wave 13, we're going to take a look at the ISS Mirror Universe Enterprise, and we'll get right in and see what it has. There we have our Constitution-class dial, Mirror Universe faction. Pretty much exactly the same as the original Constitution, nothing new in here. I think they got some better pictures this time around at least. There's our Constitution class maneuvers. You can see everything but the one turn, everything but the one tight turns. You got the 3 hard turns in red, and that nice 2 reverse. ISS Enterprise. The Mirror Universe unique symbol there. 3 attack, 1 agility, 4 hull, 3 shield. You have 1 tech upgrade, 2 weapon, 2 crew for 22 points. You have evasive, target lock, scan, and battle stations. And our special for this one's when attacking a ship, you already have target locked. During the roll attack dice step, you gain an additional attack die. Always nice for those light 3 attack ships to have something to give them a little extra bonus. We have our generic Mirror Universe Constitution class. You're losing 1 shield. You lose a weapon upgrade and a crew upgrade for 20 points. For our captains, we got the styling Mr. Spock with his goatee. That's how you know he's from the Mirror Universe. He's got a 7 captain skill, 1 elite talent for 5 points. And during the activation phase, you may perform one of the actions listed on any of your upgrades as a free action. If you do so, place an auxiliary power token by your ship. Very nice ability. It lets you trigger off any of those secondary weapons, or, well, not necessarily weapons, but any of those upgrade cards on your ship that cost an action that were kind of iffy if you really wanted to use. You can use them with him at the cost of an auxiliary power token. If you were to take him on the original Enterprise, the TOS one, that basically ignores auxiliary power tokens, it would be really disgusting. But definitely can think of some broken combos with him. Next up we have James T. Kirk. Captain skill of 6, 1 elite talent for 4 points. And as an action, you can disable up to 3 of your upgrades of your choice. You gain +1 attack die on your next attack for each upgrade you disabled. He comes with 3 of the little reminder tokens so you can keep track of how many. And they all say, for use with James T. Kirk. Kinda nice. I'm not sure if you'd really want to go around disabling all your upgrades. The combo I see you using with him is to have something on your ship, I believe it's Phlox from the Enterprise expansion, that can re-enable all your crew or all your upgrades. I'm not sure how it's worded, but something like him, so you can disable stuff, get the bonus to your attack, and then use that guy to re-enable everything. It does take your action, so it's kind of a trade-off either way for action economy, but it has a use. Just you have to kind of play with it to get it to work good. And then our generic captain for this is actually Pike. I don't know if he was in the Mirror Universe. I really didn't pay that much attention to those episodes, but he's a captain skill of 1, 0 points. Our elite talent is the Toneless Field. It's a 6 point. As an action, you can disable this card to target a ship at range 1. You discard a captain or a crew upgrade on that ship of your choice. Place an auxiliary power token beside your ship. You cannot perform any free actions on the round that you perform this action. This upgrade can only be purchased for the ISS Enterprise. It's one of the very few ways to take out an enemy captain, so I can see a useful there. The ability to eliminate a crew to break some of those weird combos, I can see that being used too. Range 1's kind of the killer for this. 6 points for a discard. If you're taking out something important with it, I can see where it would be useful, but other than that, It's a really steep cost for what it does. Definitely useful to break combos, but other than that, a little overpriced. And the fact that it's limited to only this ship is another one that just kind of kills it for me. For crew upgrades, we have Crazy Eyes Pavel Chekhov. He's 5 points. During the activation phase, you may discard this card and your captain to perform an action listed on your action bar as a free action. Or, as an action, if you performed a green maneuver this round, add +1 attack die when attacking with secondary weapon. Definitely useful. I like the ore in there, so he actually has 2 uses. The discard one's a little steep for a free action, but if it's life or death, if it could win you the game or save you from dying, maybe worth it. The +1 attack die for doing green maneuvers is nice. Limited to only secondary weapons, but still very nice. And we have a reminder token, +1 with your secondary for use with Chekhov. Next up we have Hikaru Sugu, 4 points. And his ability is, as an action, you can disable this card and acquire a target lock on an enemy ship within range 1 to 3 and perform an action listed on your action bar as a free action. So basically, you spend your action on him and disable him, you get a target lock, and you get to do something else. So definitely useful there, gives you that a reason to take secondary weapons. Last we have Marlena Moreau, 3 points. One of your elite talents costs -1 SP to a minimum of 0. And as an action, you can add +3 to your captain skill until the end phase. Your captain can't be affected by enemy upgrade this round. Nice protection for your captain. Not many things do that. We're starting to see more things that can actually take out a captain. Then we have our reminder token that you're at +3 for use with her. So, I mean, the +3 alone is really good. It's an action which kind of sucks, but at the same time you're gaining that protection. So, interesting use of 3 points. That +3 can push Spock there up to a 10 captain skill, which means he's even going before Picard, which is really nice to see. For weapon upgrades, we have your standard TOS era photon torpedoes. 3 points. 4 attack, range 2 to 3. Requires a target lock and a disable to perform the action. And you can convert one of your battle stations into a crit. And it can be fired from a front or rear arc. Pretty standard there. Next up we have Phaser Barrage. 5 points. 3 attack, only at range 3. Disable to perform this attack. During the roll attack dice step, if you roll at least 2 hit or crit results with this attack, roll 3 additional attack dice. Add all the results from the additional to the score from this one. Definitely an interesting ability there, especially if you have things that can convert blanks or battle stations into hits or crits. Battle stations alone will let you swap some of them into hits, and then you can trigger off the ability. 6 die attack for 5 points is worth it. A 3 die attack for 3 points I don't really think is worth it. The big killer for me here is this range 3 limitation, but this does count as a secondary weapon, so it also works well with Chekhov. You can use it with Sulu to gain the target lock, use the target lock to reroll, you know, get you a really interesting combo going. Definitely has some potential there. It's an interesting weapon to put on various mirror universe ships for sure. For a tech upgrade, we have the Anguish Booth for 3 points. During the activation phase, you may discard this card to use an action listed on one of your crew upgrades as a free action, even if that upgrade's disabled. No ship can be equipped with more than one Anguish Booth upgrade. Another way to trigger off some of those crewmen, it's a 3-point discard, but if you need that ability on a crewman, you don't want to spend the turn to re-enable them. Definitely worth it in the end. So for the rest of the expansion, we have our normal critical and auxiliary power tokens. There are various reminder tokens here. We have 3 shields, battle station, evasive, and scan tokens. 3 disable tokens for your various upgrades and crew. Target lock D2 this time. We have our additional rules card for the Mirror Universe faction. Talks about the Mirror Universe unique icon. As with all our retail expansions, this one's got a mission. This one's Gorlan Uprising. 2 players, uses a planet, some objective tokens, and mission tokens. Have not read through these. I'm assuming it's based on the Mirror Universe episode where the ship is from. I'm so far behind on missions right now. This one looks like it is... I'm trying to read it. 100 points of Mirror Universe versus 70 points of other. And there's an outpost involved because there's the stats for it. The win objectives are you win by destroying the homeworld, and the enemy player wins by destroying all the Mirror Universe ships. So, again, so far behind on missions it's not even funny, but someday I will play them all and catch up. As for the model, it's the same ridiculously tiny, teeny prize that we've all come to hate. This one seems to be painted a little better. I don't know if it's all of them, but mine was assembled a lot better. The nacelles are actually straightforward. And if you look from the front, they're actually somewhat in the right position. They're still a little bit warped, but not nearly as bad as the old ones. And they didn't break getting them out of the packaging like the old ones did. But a little bit of an improvement. Still the same crappy model though. There is, I don't know if the camera will pick it up. The camera doesn't want to focus good enough to pick it up, but there is quite a bit of detail in the actual molding. So again, a wash would bring out a lot on there and help. The actual saucer itself is completely smooth though. There's no Aztecing or anything on there, which is a real disappointment. Same thing it was on the other model. I was just kind of hoping they would have improved it by now. Then we have our ISS Enterprise base. One of the big things that makes this thing interesting is that 180-degree front arc, just like the original Enterprise had. And there's our generic Constitution with the same. All in all, it's a decent expansion. I'm not a huge fan of TOS or most of the things that go with it. I know I'm probably going to get a lot of heat for saying that, but I'm a Next Generation fan. I grew up on that, so... aside from that, though, this offers a lot of cool stuff if you're playing Mirror Universe faction. Always nice to have more options there. The large arc of the ship is nice. A little light on firepower, but there's definitely ways to bring that up. Combine that with the Regency 1, and now you have a lot of firepower. This one gives you the maneuverability and fire arc. So definitely the Mirror Universe faction has a lot to offer right now. And you can build a very nice faction pure team using them. As far as the theme-wise goes, again, wasn't a huge fan, so I don't remember too much about the episode, but definitely Goatee Spock came to mind the first thing when I thought of the Mirror Universe Enterprise, so that's there for people who want to collect. I think the model is slightly better. I haven't compared it to see if it's the exact same model, but as far as quality goes, it looks like they're putting them together a little bit better now, so definitely might even be worth picking that up just to get a slightly better looking model if your original had issues. Aside from that, it's a pretty solid little ship. A little light on damage, a little light on hull. I guess it's pretty average on hull, but it's only 22 points, so you're getting what you're paying for. Don't know if it can hold up to some of the bigger things out there, but definitely as a secondary or auxiliary ship in your fleet, it can get the job done for its cost. Anyway, that's it for this one, and I will see you in the next video.